What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of No Man's Sky. My name is Splattercat, and I am very, very happy to have you here because we are naming things again. I'm going to call this like a... I don't know. We'll call this like a knobbly codfallow. There we go. That sounds like a very English thing to name something. And then on this side, what does that look like? I'm not really sure. Huh. It's kind of like a... It looks like it's got kind of like a busted blue pepper thing going on. You see that? It's got like a... That's what it looks like. It looks like a bell pepper. Well, we're going to call this a space pepper. Hell yeah. I just need the money, in all honesty. I just need to get paid. We got to do some discoveries and make sure that we're constantly doing random... Oh, there's another one over here. What is this? I already know what I'm going to call this one. We're going to call this the Hillborn Lamplighter. I like taxonomy class. Taxonomy class where we got to name shit all the time was fun. Did I already get this one? The knobbly codfallow. That's right, we already got that one. Let's get some more knowledge here. We got the Gek word for oxides. Okay. I feel like we've got a really solid opportunity right now. So after I do my welcome and everything else in today's episode, I'm trying to focus. Like, I would love to fully learn the language of like other peoples in this game, but it seems like it takes a lot of work. It just seems like something that's going to take you quite a bit of effort. We got the Gek word for low. Good. Now I can properly describe my motivation to hang out with Gek people. Let's go over this. I go in deep. Sorry. We got a Gek word for uncommon. So that's cool. What the? Oh, we found Heridium. Good, because this is actually one of the things that we needed very, very badly. So if I can Heridium it up right now. Yup, there we go. Yup, if I can Heriditate a little bit. Perfect. I enjoy mining for whatever reason. The ability to like... Did I already get this one too? I have not gotten this one. Okay. Actually, we should be able to get enough Heridium from here. I do like the deformation mining, though, how you mine stuff and it actually like digs it out of the wall and makes it disappear and not exist anymore. I do enjoy that part of the mining. It's just the levitating stone formations part that I think weirds me out and hurts my immersion. I mean, obviously, we've got levitating stuff all over the place. That's probably Heridium over there, too. Might be worth getting after aggressively. Heridium is actually not that rare. It's just weird to come by half the time. What's down there? Must be inside of a cave. Yeah, this is also Heridium on this side. This is good because this allows us the opportunity to make all the antimatter that we're going to need. And if we could future-proof... What is that big building over there? Huh. You know, I'd be kind of upset if, like, this rock was on my land and somebody came by and just, like, wrecked it up with a mining laser. And they're just like, oh, yeah, I need these resources so I can fly my ship around naming stuff that you already live on top of and have probably already named. I'm like, well, can you leave my front yard? That's a decoration, bro. It took tens of millions of years for that thing to form. And now you just came by and lasered it in half so you can make a quick profit? Ugh. Humanity, you are exhausting. You are exhausting. I think that our extinction will be closely related to whenever we find alien life. I feel like the galaxy is too large of a place for us not to eventually find, like, sentient life somewhere. But I feel like if they're any more advanced than we are just in a world of shit because they're not going to put up with us. They're going to be like, these are some messed up animals that we found from this other planet. These people have problems, unless they have just as many problems as us. Although I don't know which is more terrifying. Whether they're more advanced and, like, you know, socially, militarily, and everything else they're more advanced than us, or if they're on the same level as us. Either way seems like it could go pretty bad, because if they're on the same level, it means they probably get in fights about as much as we do. They probably war about as much as we do. If they're more advanced, it means they're more likely to appraise us as a long-term threat, and they might just, like, get rid of us because, too big of a risk to keep us around. Read a novel about that when I was a kid. It's like some Christian, a Corvax Convergence Cube. Some Christian novel, because that's all my parents let me read when I was little, because my family was hella religious. And so anyways, there was a book about this kid that goes to space. Oh, it's a manufacturing center. Okay. I was hoping... Yeah, I was going to say there's a landing dock right there, so that'll be fine. Let me get rid of this little turd real fast. He doesn't appear to recognize the fact that he's being bucked on. That door's down. I'm going to wait for the sentinel drones because I'm a G like that and they don't scare me. Boltcaster clip's a little larger. Where you at, sentinels? What you got for me? Nothing is what you got for me. Let me see if there's anything I can ditch here. We do have a lot of Iridium. We have like really, really huge quantities of Iridium on us right now. That's a good thing though, because that makes it possible for me to make more antimatter. Which means from there, if I had more thamium... Where's the thamium at? The ship's out of range. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, well, if the ship's out of range, what did this have in it? A neutrino module. Oh. Exosuit. I guess I'll recharge it with titanium? I don't know. So we're inside the manufacturing center. We've got first aid on this side. Don't really need it right now. Nothing else looking incredibly interesting along the walls or any of the other little precipices, nooks, and crannies of the building. Armar Convertier Workshop. Something deep inside the complex is malfunctioning. Surfaces feel hot to the touch, and hidden machinery clanks and whirs. A bead of sweat rolls down my forehead. Engage coolant network. Danger indicators plummet. The facility springs to life. We get a new product formula, so we can actually make shielding shards now. I don't know what that does, but I assume that it makes our shielding better. We could probably use that to... It's probably like a stim pack for our shields. And the reason I came over here was actually because I was fairly confident about the fact that I would probably be able... Well, I guess if there's a knowledge stone over here, why not increase my acquisition of Get culture? How many slots does my caster have left? Has 2. What can I put in here? I can get a beam amplifier, which makes my mining beam better. I've got a reload accelerant sigma as well. Okay. Ah, there you are, my friend. We got the Gek word for language. A little bit of irony in discovering the word for language, but you know, that's fine. That'll be helpful. Oh man, I just got swacked. What is that thing? Olcasosa sionalia. God. I will call that... Oh, I don't know. We'll call this the Contrarian Smackvine. There we go. We've named the Contrarian Smackvine. Anything else within reasonable walk? I mean, there's a big pile of gold. I don't really feel like mining right now, though. I should, just because it's worth hella money and there's 2 of them right next to each other. We could probably make a good 100K. But it just doesn't strike me as being incredibly entertaining. Bypass chip, I need plutonium, which I don't happen to have with me. Any plutonium crystals around? I know they gotta be here. They're usually just about everywhere. I don't think we'll have to go too far before we find them sticking out of the ground. This is one of those odd planets that doesn't have it. Ah, well. I'll walk back to the ship. Alright! I was able to call my ship, so... There was actually some plutonium right on the other side of the facility. So I farmed a little bit of gold, though. That might make you feel better. I spent some time farming gold. If you took a look inside my inventory, I've got like 30,000 worth. Just something to sell when we get back to town. I don't know how much longer we're going to stay on this planet and run around. I do feel like I owe it to you guys to kind of see what the game really has to offer instead of, dicking around on one planet the whole time. It might be worth it to just kind of get out there and see what other things are available. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and pull this thing up towards the sky. I don't know if it's worth it to pulse engine out. That might be a bit much, but now that we are out of the system, let's go ahead and have a look at our star map here. So we are in Perpa-derp right now. The next place is Tilyavenko. It's got 4 planets. We don't know who lives here. It could be just about anybody. Let me go back to my ship for just a moment because it would become apparent to me that we have not done a very good job at naming all of our planets. And so anyways, this place had tassel wigglers, and so I will call this Tassel Haven. This guy over here with Robenter, whatever, Igato, that was the red place that we just came off of. And so I would more than likely, what did this place have going on for it? I don't know. I would call this Stormloft because it was stormy all the goddamn time. Time I tried to go over there, it was like the universe was sneezing on me. Alright. So I'm okay with warping to a new system now. So like, is there a... See, the systems are designed very, very oddly in this game. Like, I don't necessarily really... I'm not super in love with the way that everything is designed with regards to the map screen. I've gotten used to the one from EVE Online, though, too, which might be my real problem here. So can we warp, like, anywhere we want to warp? I would assume the planet core is that right there, that spot with all the light. Or I'm sorry, that looks like we're kind of getting closer. Yeah, let's warp there. Oh, we came out right next to a space station. Don't mind if I do. Let's see who we're dealing with here. Is it still the Gek? This looks like a Gek station. It's either the Gek or it's the Korvac. Trying to get the most bang for my buck when it comes to... I mean, you should always try to get the most bang for your buck, especially when you're in Vegas. However, I'm trying to make sure that we really top out here because... There we go. Oh yeah, we're still in a Gek system. Well, that's good because I wanted to keep working on my Gek codex. I'm pretty excited about it. What you got for me, little buddy? Friend, Magneto, give oxide, become friend. Yeah, I have oxide here. Trader takes my units and turns away. The air tastes sour. My senses are being punished. Oh, maybe units are money. That must be what it is. I gave him money instead of giving him what he wanted. That's fine. I'm sure it's no big loss. I'm not really that upset about it. Pay me. I would actually really like to buy some more Chrysonite and some more Iridium while I'm here. Man, we're making cash now. There we go. Stack that up a little bit. On this side, I don't think I'm really holding on to anything that would be deemed too valuable. However, if I get my hands on Chrysonite, I definitely wouldn't have any sour things to say. I wouldn't be mad about it at all. So he's got Chrysonite. It doesn't look that expensive. I would say just to buy it. We just made a bunch of money anyways, so... What's 3,000 in expenditures when we just spent, or I'm sorry, when we just made a bunch of money running items all over the place? So that should be good enough for right now. I can't wait until we get our Atlas pass or whatever. I don't know where you get it from, but it would be nice to... Oh, that thing's badass as hell. See, that's the one that I want right there. It looks like a future death helicopter. Although it needs like turbines or something on it to be like... when it comes through. Like when you're landing on shit. Navigator boom oosh. How's our storage space looking? We still got electron vapor. What did I need more of to make warp cores? Oh, there it is. We got this shit. Make more antimatter too, and then I'll just keep an eye out for thamium. I mean, it's inside every single asteroid. What's there to worry about? You know what I mean? Ooh, that was a close call. I don't like these little island planets. These little island planets, I always feel like there's not enough to discover on each one. Can I scan while I'm in space? Ooh, the Atlas. Find us. Hear us. What's inside this big asteroid right here? This big-ass asteroid. Like I said, this big asteroid. Just combine the words together. Oh, nickel. That's pretty cool. Wasn't expecting to find nickel just yet, so that's pretty fun. Is nickel worth anything? A silvery white metal for industrial processes. It's worth a reasonable amount. Yeah, I knew that nickel was normally used as an alloy. Nickel's pretty helpful when you're trying to marry metals together. Oh wait, you can stop the ship. Just seems like it's kind of difficult to do. I think the ship can only go forward or backwards, because it looks like it's got a rollover point right there. So are all of these dropping nickel? Or are these ones still giving thamium over here? So those ones are giving nickel as well. I mean, hell. If you want a nickel mine, that'd be a decent way to make some cash. There we go. There's our thamium rocks. So we have some kind of beat on the Atlas right now, which makes me think we should probably get after it. How far away is it? It's right there. Let me get a... You will arrive in 3 hours. Why are there battleships jumping in right here? I guess those might be storage freighters. Either way, they're bigger than I am, and they're kind of scary. I do hope they add, like, cruiser-class ships to the game. I would really, really like that. I'm a fan of big ships and line battles in space and stuff like that. Brings me large amounts of joy. This is a pretty effective gun. Like, you see the hole that this thing is making in the side of an asteroid, and I'm just impressed by it. Let's see if we can jump this thing to where we want to go. We got 30 seconds until we arrive, which means it may be on this planet. I don't know if it's on the planet or if it's, like, behind the planet, but I suppose we'll have to sort this out as we go through. Surprisingly enough, I cannot do barrel rolls while in the middle of the warp. Not able to do it. And let's go ahead and pull in here. Go ahead and even out for the greater good of your motion sickness there. I used to get it went away. I used to have motion sickness all the time when I was a kid. I couldn't play first-person shooters too much when I was like in the 90s. I remember I used to have to stop playing Doom and Wolfenstein after an hour or two because I get really, really sick to my stomach and I wouldn't feel good. Like really, really sick to my stomach. And then after a while it just went away. I don't really know what affects that. Whether it's just like part of the maturation process, like your body gets used to it, or what. I mean, one thing's for sure, I sure as hell wasn't going to stop playing Doom. That was like one of the coolest games you could have when I was a kid. If you had Doom, your mom was super cool. Partially because everybody I knew was like hardcore Christian. How are we losing speed while diving? Alright, let's come in hot on this monolith. We found this thing without too much trouble, actually. And there. So what is up with this planet? There's no flora and there is no fauna. This looks like where it wants us to go. Gek word for abomination. The Gek word for starship. And the Gek word for traitor. Okay. And then what is this? And why was it so important that it sent me here? Follow the Atlas, obey the Atlas, accept your reward. The monolith stands silent on the planet's surface. It does not belong here, and neither do I. There's a shimmer, and then the vision of a red orb returns. The Atlas. It speaks to me again. Again, I feel the half elation, half terror that I have met my creator. The Atlas offers me guidance, purpose, meaning. Significance in an uncaring galaxy. All I must do is follow its path and its orders. I believe, Atlas! I see lines of code, strings of numbers, then a bizarre structure. I feel sure conviction that great power awaits me if I travel to this distant place. The red orb appears, and I am left with a path to follow. You can get a free warp cell. So that's pretty fun. I like warp cells. Who doesn't love a warp cell every now and again? Recharge some of this shit with my plutonium. Pulse engine needs thamium to get itself moving. Exosuit could probably use... Actually, multi-tool, what are you doing right now? Mining beam, use the plutonium. Good enough for me. I'm going to try and replace a little bit of the stuff that we just used up before we take off. This planet doesn't strike me as being inherently more interesting than any other planet we've ever been on, but maybe it's worth a look around. I don't know, this monolith is here, so it's possible there might be something cool here. If Atlas has decided it's worthy, who are we to say that there's nothing cool on this planet? Let me go ahead and I'm going to hit it with the scanners real fast. Looks like we got a point of interest over here. I don't know if there's going to be any buildings or whatever. Oh, there's a backpack upgrade right here. Where there's backpack upgrades, there tends to be treasure chests. The Jamist Wastes. A Gragra. So that's another 15 grand that we can throw into our pocket. It's a good place, the Galaxy. 50,000 for that upgrade right there. But you know what? I wouldn't turn it down for anything. I'd pretty much accept the upgrade no matter what, just because we need it. If I can get this up to like... God, if I can get this up to like 25 slots or so, then we won't have to worry about anything for a while. Let me go ahead and with the Starship, we will continue to get the hyperdrive charged up. So there it is. That thing's got its cells. That clears out a bit of extra space as well. We still have antimatter sitting right there. But was it the thamium that we didn't have enough? No, we can make another one. There we go. Good. Now we got a full hyperdrive. Well, close to a full hyperdrive. So we shouldn't have to worry about dicking around and getting stuck in a corner of the galaxy that we don't want to be stuck in. Looking for resources and shit that may not be around. See what we got going on here. Something of interest on this side, although in general the place seems to be fairly uninhabited. There might be some little Gek stations around here somewhere, but everything that we've seen so far... It's a broadcast tower. Okay. Well, there's a little hab right there. I'm not going to go down there because that hab seems worthless to me. But I will make some cumulative attempt to get over to this side. I don't look like much either. I'm not easily impressed anymore. The first couple times I found stuff, I was like, what is this? Oh, it's a box in the middle of nowhere. Now I'm like, I need bang for my buck. If I'm going to land this thing and waste my plutonium, I need bang. I need bang. We got another backpack upgrade over here. I like backpack upgrades. I will take backpack upgrades. almost to my own detriment. This one will be 60k, right? Man, we're starting to go through money on this, aren't we? We're starting to lose a little bit of cash trying to line this shit up. It's okay, there's like a mountain of gold over there. Look at the size of that thing. Can you imagine walking through a field and finding a thing of gold that large and just being like, holy balls. That's a lot of gold. With that said, I think we're just about out of time for the day. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of No Man's Sky. I think the game is intriguing. This is one of those games that I didn't take a review copy either. I actually paid for this one myself just because I wanted to make sure that like my impressions were not, you know, improperly lubricated, because with a game that costs $60, you got to get the $60 experience, you know what I mean? I feel like whether or not you got rooked. I'm going to farm this. Oh, it's emerald. I'm going to farm this emerald for a little bit then. And I will see you all in the next episode, all right? Bye.